All right, hi there, guys. In this video, we're gonna finalize our Cambridge IELTS 16, I guess. This is reading passage 3. We have pretty interesting questions here. We have matching headings. Basically, we have to find the main idea. We have multiple choice, and lastly, we have yes or no given questions, which means that they are claims. All right. Regarding the matching headings questions, you basically have to understand the main idea, and the in order to understand the main idea, there are a lot of tips, there are a lot of strategies. People often suggest that they have to read the first and the last sentence, but that doesn't really seem plausible. But I think that when you read the first paragraph, the rest of the sentence, I mean the very first sentence, excuse me for that, when you read the very first paragraph, excuse me again, the sentence, you have to understand that the following sentences should kind of explain that sentence, the very first sentence. For example, let's try to look at that. So the before that, I also want to pay attention to the section A. The section A. Excuse me. I want to get my blue color as always. Section A. What is the writer doing in section A? According to section C, why might some people be reluctant to accept AI? They are eager, kind of. They don't. They want to use AI, but they don't know if they have to accept the AI. They're kind of hesitant about it. So what does the writer say about the media in section C of the text? And now it's about the section C. All right. So whenever you read the first sentence, just try to understand that the following sentence will have to explain the first sentence. Okay. So artificial intelligence can already predict the future, and that's it. So in your mind, whenever you're reading that, it does not matter what source is there on your hands that you're reading, be it a book, be it any digital source of books. But you read the first sentence. Try to understand that the following sentences are just have to explain it. So in our case, it's just already predict the future. Okay. So already, excuse me for that again. Let me choose blue highlighter. So predict the future. So the following sentence should be about predicting the future. Police forces are using it to map when and where crime is likely to occur. Doctors can use it to predict when a patient is more likely to have a heart attack or stroke. So, police uses it to map where crime is likely to occur. Number one. Patients and doctors use it to predict when a patient is more likely to have a heart attack or stroke. Researchers are even trying to give AI imagination so it can plan for unexpected consequences. All right. Many decisions in our lives require a good forecast, and AI is almost always better at forecasting than we are. This is what it's trying to say. Yet, for all these technological advances, we still seem to deeply lack confidence in AI predictions. So, despite the fact that it has advantages of forecasting about the future, we still do have this kind of distrust against the AI. So recent cases show that people don't like relying on AI and prefer to trust human experts, and even these experts are wrong. Even if these experts are wrong, if we want AI to really benefit people, we need to find a way to get people to trust it. Okay, this is the text. To do that, we need to understand why people are so reluctant to trust to AI in the first place. So matching headings. Whenever you read the first paragraph, you come back, you read it. So before proceeding to that, I just want to answer the question 33. What is the writer doing in section A? Providing a solution to a concern? No, he's not providing any kinds of solutions to a particular problem. See, he is just talking about the how powerful an AI is about predicting the future than humans are. Justifying an opinion about an issue? No, he's not supporting any opinion. There are no opinions, but just the writer is highlighting the existence of a problem. That is the case. Highlighting the existence of a problem, explaining the reasons for a phenomenon. Not really necessarily the reason for that. First of all, let me just give the right, give the text. Maybe just increase the text a tiny bit and just get over there and give it a question number 33. All right. So highlighting the existence of a problem means basically maybe it is justifying the opinion, but it's more likely that it's highlighting the existence of a problem. Existence of a problem means that humans, they distrust, right? Say they don't want to trust the AI, despite the fact that they're capable of depicting or even though forecasting about the future. So yeah, on the other hand, increasing divergence of attitudes. So increasing an increase of different opinions towards AI. Is that the case? No. Reason why we have more faith in human judgment than in AI? No, it's not giving any reasons why we have more faith. The superiority of AI projections over those made by humans. That's the case. It's going to be number 3. Let me put that over there. So first of all, increase the text size, I meant. So it's going to be number 3. And the reason for that is AI is almost always better at forecasting than we are. That is what's trying to say. There you go. And we're gonna remove that so we don't stay distracted. There you go. Now section B. Let me actually close that thing. A tiny bit of a noise. Now, take the case of Watson for oncology, one of technology's giant IBM supercomputer programs. Their attempt to promote this program to cancer doctors was a PR disaster. PR disaster is public relations disaster. So their attempt to promote this program to cancer doctors was a PR disaster. The AI promised to deliver top quality recommendations on the treatment of 12 cancers that accounted for 80% of the world cases. But when doctors first interacted with Watson, they found themselves in a rather difficult situation. So it was just trying to say that the programmers, they promised the doctors that AI is somehow capable of finding treatments to 12 cancers. However, the result went opposite, right? So they found themselves in rather difficult situations, which means they could not find a solution instead. On the one hand, if Watson provided a guidance about a treatment that coincided with their opinions, so that means if Watson provided a way about not a guidance, but if Watson provided how to treat a treatment, a sickness that that was similar to his opinions, physicians did not see much point in Watson's recommendations. So the supercomputers were simply telling them what they already knew, and these recommendations did not change the actual treatment. There you go. On the other hand, if Watson generated recommendations that contradicted the expert's opinion, doctors would typically conclude that Watson wasn't competent. So it is just trying to say that whatever the Watson is trying to do, doctors would not have any sources of trust regarding AI. And the machine wouldn't be able to explain why it's important, why its treatment was plausible, because its machine learning algorithms were simply too complex to be fully understood by humans. There we go. Consequently, this has caused even more suspicion and disbelief, leading many doctors to ignore seemingly outlandish AI recommendations and stick to their own expertise. There we go. So, okay. So first of all, according to section C, we're not about that. We did not read it. The process is, this is basically paragraph B. Is that it's basically saying that despite that AI is trying to give these solutions, it is trying to give solutions, right? So which means it is trying to. Watson is basically trying to explain to the doctors that whatever the recommendations of his computer program is capable of doing, doctors will not accept those advices or those guidance, so they would just stick to their own professional skill. So the reason for that is, the answer for that is obviously not first, not the second. the process by which AI can help us make good decisions. No, instead they're just contradicting the advantages of involving users in AI processes. Not that as well. Widespread distrust of an AI innovation, maybe. Encouraging openness about how AI functions. Encouraging openness means to be confident. So a surprisingly successful AI application. Widespread distrust of an AI innovation. Probably the sixth one. Maybe the sixth one. So let me just first of all put that. So widespread distrust of an AI innovation, that's number 6, is because that widespread distrust is that doctors, it was a, PR disasters means public relations disaster. It was a widespread. So it was widespread public relations disaster. So if I just put that PR, which means public relations disaster, and that's it. There we go. PR, public relations, which is a synonym for widespread. So section C. This is just one example of people's lack of confidence in AI and their reluctance to accept what AI has to offer. Now, in order to find a main idea, we have to know why people are reluctant to AI. Trust in other people is often based on our understanding of how others think and having experience of their reliability. This helps create a psychological feeling of safety. AI, on the other hand, is still fairly new and unfamiliar to most people. Okay, even if it can be technically explained, and that's not always the case, AI decision-making process is usually too difficult for most people to comprehend. And interacting with something we don't understand can cause anxiety and give us a sense that we're losing control. All right. So many people are also simply not familiar with many instances of AI actually working because it often happens in the background. Instead, they're acutely aware of instances where AI goes wrong. Embarrassing AI failures. So instead, they are acutely aware. They are very aware of instances where AI goes wrong. So, for example, embarrassing AI failures receive a disproportionate amount of media attention. Okay, there's a failure in the media, emphasizing the message that we cannot rely on technology. So there was an error that it showed in media attention that there was an error that it illustrated. I mean, not illustrated, but depicted on the media, which also gained the media attention. And this thing was this was the case where people started not relying on technology. Machine learning is not foolproof, in part because the humans who designed it aren't. So now this is the reason. Again, surprising successful, no encouraging openness of how AI functions. Widespread, we did that. Advantages of involving users. The process, reasons why we have more faith in. I think reasons why we have more faith in human judgment. I think that's number 2. Let me put that number 2. The reasons for that, the trust in other people is often based on understanding how others think and having experience in their reliability. This helps. So this is the trust in other people is on other people is often based on our understanding. Based on understanding of how others, blah, blah, blah. It keeps on going. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to remove number 2 as well. Take that away. Now, section C. According to section C, why might some people be reluctant to accept AI? They're afraid that it will replace humans in decision-making jobs. No. Its complexity makes them feel that they are at a disadvantage. Probably. They would rather wait for a technology to be tested over a period of time. No, not that as well. There's nothing about that information. Misunderstanding about how it works makes it seem more challenging than it is. No, its complexity makes them feel that they're at a disadvantage. Its complexity means that it is too difficult to understand. So it's too difficult to understand. too difficult to understand, and interacting with something we don't understand can cause anxiety and the sense that we are losing control. So the question number 34 over there. So 34, 34 and 35 should come in this passage. So for question for matching headings, I'm not necessarily going to put numbers because you already know that it goes by in sequential order. So yeah, what does the writer say about the media section about the media in section C of the text? It leads the public to be mistrustful of AI. Probably answer because emphasizing the message we cannot rely on technology. So I think this is going to be A, but let me see the other options. It devotes an excessive amount of attention to AI. No, it does not devote. It's reports of incidents involving AI are often inaccurate. No, nothing about that. It gives the impression that AI failures are due to designer error. No, not designer error, but whoever made the AI isn't foolproof. So that's the answer. So we have question number 33 and 34 over there. So I'm just gonna choose and give this a paraphrase. The reason for that, I'm just gonna take that over here again. It leads the public to be mistrustful. We cannot rely. We cannot rely on technology. We cannot rely on technology. And yeah, now. Now, what do we have left? Section C. Did we do the section C? Yes, we did. Now for the section D. Feeling about AI run deep. In a recent experiment, people from a range of backgrounds were given various sci-fi films about AI to watch and then asked questions about automation in everyday life. It was found that regardless of whether the film they watched depicted AI in a positive or negative light, simply watching a cinematic vision of our technological future polarized the participants' attitudes. Polarized means they separated it. So true, false, not given. Subjective depictions of AI in sci-fi films makes people change their opinions about automations. We will see about that. Okay. Now, moreover, optimists became more extreme in their enthusiasm for AI, and skeptics became even more guarded. Really? Subjective depictions of AI sci-fi makes people change their opinions about automation. Subjective depictions. People from range of backgrounds were given various sci-fi films about AI to watch and then ask questions about automation in everyday life. It was found that regardless of whether the film they watched depicted AI in a positive or negative light, simply watching a cinematic vision of our technological future polarized the participants' attitudes. Make people change their opinions about automations. I think I think that's kind of a yes, but I'm not sure. Okay, hold on, guys. There's a disturbance again. Okay. Now, I'm back again. So, subjective depictions of AI in sci-fi films make people change their opinions about automation. Really not easy. Simply watching it's just optimists became more extreme in their enthusiasm for AI, and skeptics became even more guarded. So here the word more optimists more extreme in their enthusiasm, and skeptics became even more guarded. So that means if you were a supporter, you started supporting it more, and if you had a negative feeling about that, you were just guarding your feelings about it. So I think that's the answer is going to be no. Instead, it is contradicting. Now I'm going to take that. I'm just going to give it a no. Portrayals. Now the answer for that as well. Going to take that. Give it a 36 over here. 36. There we go. This suggests people use relevant evidence about AI in a biased manner to support their existing attitudes. So portrayals of AI in media and entertainment are likely to become more positive. Rejection of the possibilities of AI may have a negative effect on many people's lives. familiarity with AI has very little impact on people's attitudes. Has very little impact on people's attitudes, and AI applications which users are able to modify are more likely to gain consumer approval. So this suggests people use relevant evidence about AI in a biased manner to support their existing attitudes, a deep-rooted human tendency known as confirmation bias. As AI is represented more and more in media and entertainment, it could lead to a society split between those who benefit from AI and those who reject it. More pertinently, refusing to accept the advantages offered by AI could place a large group of people at a serious disadvantage. I found the answer for question number 38. So, but I did not find the question about the question for number 37. So I'm gonna take that. Give it a not given. Whoops, not given. There we go. I will take that. The reason it is not given is that there are portrayals of AI in media and entertainment. Portrayals means it is showing, but likely to become more positive is not there. It's just simply not there. It's just simply not mentioning about it. Okay, so that's not given. However, 38 is going to be yes, so I'm just going to give it a yes. The reason for yes is that rejecting the possibilities of AI means refusing to accept the advantages offered by AI. So can have a very little impact. No, large group of people at a serious disadvantage. That means not simple negative impact, but a huge negative impact. But not it's not a sorry, negative effect on people's lives means a large group of people. I'm sorry for that. So, moreover, fortunately, we already have some ideas about how to improve trust in AI. Simply having previous experience with AI can significantly improve people's opinions about the technology, as was found in the study mentioned above. There we go. So, question 36, I guess, right? No, 38. Give 38 there. Again, give this here. I should. It is 39. Now we are left with. But I didn't do the. What is that? Section D. Increasing divergence of total. Increasing divergence. Well, increasing divergence. I think the. Increasing divergence. I think divergence. Let me just actually write divergence for myself. Divergence. Sorry for that, guys. I learned myself as well. So yeah. Now, is it increasing divergence process by which can help us make good decisions? There's nothing about that. Advantages of involving users in AI process is not there as well. A surprising successful AI application. It is just talking about the depictions of AI in sci-fi films, and the just started. I mean, they continue supporting it more. Haters became hated more. So and representing AI in media and entertainment could split society into those who benefit and those who reject it. So I think that is number one. I don't know, the one that only fits. The one that only fits the increasing divergence of attitudes. That means increasing means kind of more extreme with what is that? More guarded. That is what it's trying to say. So that's what I'm going to choose. There you go. Now section E, however, evidence also suggests the more you use other technologies such as the internet, and the more you trust them. Another solution may be to reveal more about the algorithms which AI uses and purposes they serve. Several high-profile social media companies and online marketplaces already released transparency reports about government requests and surveillance disclosures. Okay, this was This is a part where it says, familiarity with AI has very little impact on people's attitude to technology. No, it has a significant impact. That's the 39. So that's why the answer is going to be no here. I forgot to write that text. Yes or no given. One of my favorite questions are yes or no given with true false not given, whereas main idea is the worst because they tend to they involve a lot of different kinds of ideas, which is really hard to comprehend sometimes, especially when it's your second language. AI applications which users are able to modify are more likely to gain consumer approval, which is going to be another yes. Gonna be another yes. Excuse me for that. Take that and give it a yes. So yeah, another yes. The reason for that are able to modify are more likely to gain consumer. So several high profiles, similar practice of AI. Similar practice of AI could help people have a better understanding of the way algorithmic decisions are made. Research suggests that allowing people some control over AI decision making could also improve trust and enable AI to learn from human experience. For example, one study showed that when people are allowed the freedom to slightly modify an algorithm, we found the answer. We found an emphasis for that. They felt more satisfied with its decisions. More likely to believe it was superior and more likely to use it in the future. So yeah, so that's question number 40. There you go. So give that a 40. Give that a 40. Now, now regarding these, E is basically encouraging openness about how AI functions. Is that the case? Let me remove first of all. This one we did that. We removed 4. And a surprisingly successful AI application. Encouraging openness. I'm not sure, but let's look at the paragraph. Paragraph F though. We don't need to trust the intricate inner workings of AI systems, but people are given a degree of responsibility for how they are implemented. They will be more willing to accept AI into their lives. The process by which AI can help us make good decisions. The advantages of involving users in AI processes. Very interesting. Very interesting, guys. Actually, so I think, of course, advantages involving advantages. But it's just it's not only about the advantages of when it comes to section E and F. E is just saying that they have to be open to it, I think. So a similar practice of AI could help people to have a better understanding of the way algorithm decisions are made. I don't know. I'm just gonna choose. I think I'm gonna choose 7, most probably. I'm just gonna choose 7. So encouraging openness about how AI functions. More, I mean, it means having what is that? Having previous experience with AI can significantly blah 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 improve people's opinions. Whereas F is well, hold on. First of all, let me remove that part. Here, advantages involving users. We don't need to understand the intricate inner workings of AI systems, but if people are given a degree of responsibility how they're implemented, they will be even more willing to accept it into their lives. Okay, that's probably it. I think that's going to be number 5. The advantages. The reason for that being people are allowed to, they felt more satisfied about it. They felt more satisfied about it. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm highly confident I made a mistake in here. But anyways, but in multiple choice and yes or no giving question, there's 100% I did not make questions. That is very much sure. I'm 100% sure that I made questions in here, especially after question number 30 until 32. I just slightly got confused, or maybe just because I read it a lot quicker than previously. So yeah, there you go, guys. We finished. We officially finished campus number 16, and then in the next walkthrough we will be going through camper 17. So yeah, thank you, guys. If you have any questions, make sure to comment down below, and of course if you find the correct answer, make sure to to mention it. I will totally come and see why did I make that mistake. So yeah, there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.